All right. And everyone can hear us online. We're good online? Steve, I think we need your, hey, Kim, can you give us a sound check? Kim Shipman?
Or Marcus.
There we go. Yep, I'm here. I can hear you.
Okay, great. And how about Marcus? We have you?
Check. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Gotcha.
And then Angie, are you online as well?
Testing, testing.
All right, you're tested. Perfect. All right, well, let's kick this meeting off then. It is January 14th, 2025. We are downtown, beautiful Lake Stevens at the Mill, live, and we have a couple council members online as well. And this meeting will be recorded and later published on our YouTube website for the city of Lake Stevens. With that, I'll call the meeting to order and ask all to rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And just for simplicity's sake, I'm gonna have Councilmember Kim Daughtry take the role of Council President in absentee, I think we would say, just to make things simpler here in person. So with that, can we get a roll call?
Councilmember Daughtry.
Present.
Councilmember Peters Hagan.
Present.
Councilmember Donahue wanted me to say he's sorry he couldn't be here tonight. He's not feeling well. Councilmember Shipman online.
Present.
Councilmember Jorstad online.
Present.
Councilmember Ewing
Present.
and Councilmember Tagent online.
Present.
Okay, can we get a motion to excuse Councilmember Daughtry?
So moved.
Okay, second.
Not Daughtry.
Donahue.
Oh,
Daughtry? I'm out of here. Thanks, Marcus.
okay. Can we get a motion to excuse Councilmember Donahue?
So moved. Second.
All right, got a motion, a second, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I was
And any
listening to
opposed?
President Donahue. I was listening.
Great, thank you. So with that, Councilmember Daughtry, would you mind getting us an approval of the agenda?
Okay, we got a late notice for resolution number 2025-01 to be added to action item. Any other changes to the agenda?
No. Is that number 11?
I guess that would be number 11, but it'd be action.
We'll call it number 10 and then the adjourn will be 11,
Yeah.
Okay.
if that works.
Any other changes or anything to the agenda? No. Ask for a motion.
Move to approve the agenda as amended.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the agenda with the addition of resolution under action. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, you have an agenda.
Great, thank you very much, appreciate it. And we have a great opportunity tonight to have the Lake Stevens School District give us an update. We have an opportunity to have Superintendent Mary Templeton talk to us and let us know how our great school district's doing. You can have my mic, you can have my seat, you can.
Thank you. Perfect. Excellent.
That's
All
a
right.
quick pass, Brett.
Yeah. Well, good evening, Mayor, City Council, and Acting President Daughtry. I am so excited to be here as your new Lake Stevens School District Superintendent. I am here to let you know that all is well in the Lake Stevens School District. But that isn't news to you, and that's really part of my presentation. We are currently preparing to launch a I Love Lake Stevens, I Love Lake Stevens Schools campaign. We think it's important that we all have a way to demonstrate our commitment, our dedication, our passion for this town and our school district as we continue to be positive citizens of Lake Stevens. So what frames this really for me, and I just wanted to share this with you as an anecdote, then I want to present a couple by the numbers. Why are we excellent? Why do we love Lake Stevens schools? How are we a part of this community? And how are our students, almost 10,000 of them, investing for today and tomorrow to make sure that this city maintains the excellence that I'm seeing every time I drive around? So because I'm not from here, I didn't grow up in Lake Stevens. I grew up in the Portland area. I served much of my career in the Spokane Public Schools district. I taught in California as well, and I also taught in Idaho. And most recently, I'm coming from Southwest Washington in the Washougal School District. So I have seen a lot of towns. I've lived in a lot of towns. I've been a part of a lot of school districts. And what's catching my attention, which was why I applied to this job and ultimately why I accepted this job, is that it's really good here. Dang, it's good here. And when you're not from here, you might say, well, that's just how it is everywhere, right? But it's not. It just isn't. The physical beauty of Lake Stevens, it's hard to match that. And I've lived in some really beautiful places. So there's that. The folks that live here, they make eye contact. They're friendly. They mostly drive 25 miles an hour when they're supposed to.
Oh, really?
Well, if they're behind me, yes, they are. So I'm not sure if I'm popular that way. But what impresses me about our school district is that every morning, and I live over by Tom Thumb, I make my way around the lake, and invariably there are numerous buses picking up our kids. And because I've been doing this work for a long time, I know what kids do, and I know what they look like, and I know what I'm looking for as I think about a positive citizen who's preparing to be the next neighbor for me. I know what I'm looking for. So as the buses are stopping and the kids are getting picked up, I'm looking to see what are the kids doing who are standing by the side. And what I'm seeing is they're waiting. Yeah, they're waiting and they're being responsible. When that bus stops, I'm waiting for them to get on the bus because I want to see what are you going to do when you get on that bus? Are we going to be, shenanigans? There isn't any shenanigans. They get on the bus, they walk on and they sit down, and then they're preparing themselves as they go to their first professional job, which is school. So that is what I'm seeing every day. And then when I go to the Safeway, who's helping me with my groceries? It's our students. When I go to Ulta Beauty to buy a few cosmetic products, who's helping me at the line? It's our students. When I am moving around the parking lot, I see young drivers and they're being careful, they're being cautious. Those are our students. So that is who, and there's 10,000 of them and their families. That is who is living in Lake Stevens, and that's who attends our schools. That can't happen without a positive community, a positive network of support, a positive staff. And that's why I wanted to start with our city council as I launch this. I love Lake Stevens schools because without your support, your dedication, your commitment, your vision for this town, we would not be as successful. So the partnership matters to us a lot. And so I just wanted to start with you and share some of the good news and launch the I Love Lake Stevens Schools. We are moving into the month of love, which is February. And I was thinking, wouldn't that be cool if we got some signage, if we asked our businesses to help support us? So that's our quest on social media. So next slide, thank you. So Foundation of Excellence, or for Excellence rather, that is our strategic plan, and all those things I just talked about around our students, that they're intellectually engaged, they're becoming responsible, they're polite, they're respectful, they're kind. And not every day, because none of us are, but that is what they are presenting in general. And the eye contact part, I want to just clarify that it's not just our citizens that make good eye contact, it's our students. And one thinks, well, that's how it is in every building. No, it's not. I walk into that high school and the children look at me and they make eye contact and they smile. Those are the professional skills that our students are being trained on that is not happening every place else. So the Foundation for Excellence to make sure that each of those students, because just think about that. 10,000 children coming through the district who are currently in the pike, as we call it, will be coming out the other side and into a successful future. And many of them will settle here and they will be our future taxpayers, our future leaders, and maybe they'll have some of your seats, and Mayor, maybe they'll get your microphone and your seat at some point in the future.
There it is.
Right? And I think, oh gosh, they will be our future neighbors as well. So how important the responsibility is to make sure that each is successful in our school district keeps rising. So then we think about just some pictorial evidence right there. This is just a a cornucopia of fun, success, and joy, the joy of learning. So we see DECA, which is our business students, winning state awards. We see our football team, our soccer team, most recently 4A state championships. We see our theatrical performances. We see diversity. We see students being kind. We see students engaged intellectually. We see students smiling. So this is what we are producing. This is what we are hoping is our investment for the future in Lake Stevens. Just by the numbers, you might know some of this and maybe not, but I thought this is interesting. We do have a large impact. We are the largest employer by far in Lake Stevens. So we employ almost 1,800 folks that work for our district through the course of a calendar year. Close to 10,000 students, as I said. We have every year, there's about 610 kids that are walking across that stage. I will say to you bluntly that we actually need about 640 students walking across that stage to get to a higher on-time graduation rate, and we're working on that. Part of what we do to support our students is to make sure that we are differentiating and we're being relevant, rigorous, and we're thinking about real-world application in the classroom. So then we have, okay, well, we do serve meals. I think you knew that. We have an excellent culinary services department. But did you know that we serve almost 1 million meals a year? That's a lot of chicken patty sandwiches and corn dog fingers, right? So that's part of what we do. We also, we pick up students. We have a very robust busing program. And did you know that, how many miles you cover in there, Templeton? Well, about 1 million. On an annual basis, that's a lot of impact. It's a lot of opportunity, and it's a lot of support for our students as we move through, and we travel far and wide on our buses. And then just the 4A Girls State Soccer Championship. Thank you. Thank you for supporting us with the parade. I was at the parade, and it's just so nice to say the city sees us, values us, and says, yeah, this is something to be celebrated, because when our students are successful like that, it's good for all of us. But I just want to highlight real quickly, again, 4A Girls State Championship for soccer. It's the first time a women's team in any recent history has won a 4A championship in this town. So yay for that. But then, what was last year? Oh, that's right. It was the boys 4A football championship. That typically is a once in a lifetime event. Oh, that's right. The year before they also won. Okay, everybody, I know that you are appreciating and loving how competitive we are. That just does not happen in other places. To win a 4A state championship in a sport 1 year or within a couple years, that's a big deal every year. And I am planning, no pressure volleyball team, but you're the next for next year. So I'd like a state championship in volleyball and football again. To have a double, okay, that's what I've got planned. Okay, so that brings me to launching the I Love Lake Stevens Schools campaign. So we are going to launch this on the 27th of January. We're going to get our students and our parents and our boosters and our business folks, and hopefully you, I'm going to invite you personally to come and stand out there with us and show your support. The mayor, maybe he and I can get a pic. We have some swag. I Love Lake Stevens t-shirts, and I believe there are cookies with I Love Lake Stevens on them. I'm very excited about that. And we just want to just visually say to the community, yep, together, when we support each other, when we support our town, we support our schools, then friends, then we are strong. And that's why I love Lake Stevens schools. I gave you I think a copy of our Lake News that's coming out pretty quickly. So just more information about Great News, our CTE programs. We just won Microsoft Business Suites. That's a state competition. Other kids in the entire state compete. We just won 5 of the state championship pieces for that. We win robotics on a regular basis. The last thing in my presentation, so one last slide, is as I think about Foundation for Excellence, I think about the Foundation of Excellence. And as we are so successful, and as we win those state championships, and we have those opportunities for kids, and we have a great system, and we have a great support and a community, people are attracted to that. And you know that, and so do I. And that's why people keep moving here. Any realtor in Lake Stevens knows that if I can put that at the top of what I'm selling, I have a good chance of selling my home, because it's Lake Stevens schools. People are proud of that. We're proud of that. We're proud of that together, to be part of that community, but we are growing. There are approximately 2,000 permits that are in process right now. By our information, we're looking at an additional 13,000 folks moving to our community. And one would say, well, they're not all children. I recognize that, but we have a high percentage, a higher percentage than that is typical about the number of children who move here to a home. So right now, we have, for every house, we're in the is almost a full child, a 0.7. So for every 10 houses, 7 kids. All that to say that our bond that is going to rerun February 11th, it really is to address growth. And so that's the good news, is that we are trying to prepare for that growth, so we're ready for it. And that we are going to ask our citizens again to please consider supporting us that way. So last slide, thank you. And that was it. That's the last slide. Thank you. Oh my gosh, this was this was way back at the beginning of the summer. I think I was tan there. I'll get back to that. Just another example. I met our cheerleaders not that day. I met them when they were at Constitution Park. They were volunteering over there to help some of our families, our military families that were moving in, and they had new kids and kindergartners that were just joining the school district, and they were over there helping and meeting with little kids and just being part of the community. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty darn good. Anywho, it was right after that the band played, and I don't know if you've heard our band. I've heard a lot of bands, and I have a music background. Our band's good, everybody. I'm just saying. So that's all I have. I just want to thank you for your support. And I am grateful to be here. And I'm so excited about the future today and tomorrow. Thank you.
Great presentation, Mary. Very good. I think we can all say that we're just really fortunate to have the school district that we do have in our city. It's such a compliment to all that we're doing as a community to have a great education system and great teachers, great facilitators of education. And, as mayor, I get the opportunity to see generational folks within our community, and it's time and time again that we attract our kids back here, and they want to be part of the community. I have 5 kids who've gone through your school district, right? I know I don't look that old, but I have them.
No comment from me.
The older ones
Keep
anyway.
going.
Yeah. And they've all come back, and so it's just really a testament to what you guys are doing and the great work y'all are doing. And I think one thing you failed to mention when you talk about the Microsoft competition.
Yep.
People think that's your seniors. No, that's like your 8th and 9th graders.
That's right.
That's
right.
impressive. It's really, really cool. Yeah. So great work. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any questions?
I didn't, I kind of missed something. You said you were trying to get to 642 graduates. 640, there were 6.
About 640. So that would be about 100% of our students graduating on time.
Gotcha.
We have an
Okay.
extended graduation rate, but we're really trying to make sure, and this is the big idea, that when a child graduates from Lake Stevens High School, it isn't like, okay, I'm done now. No. You're just starting. And our job, and that is something that we need support from the community to do, is to make sure that your very next step, that you're ready for the next step, that you have applied, that you know that you're going into an internship, that you're doing an apprenticeship. And it's not just, I think I'd like to, I wonder if I could, 2-year, 4-year military trade. It's actually been done. We've helped you. We need our parents to help us and our community members to help us get signed up, get ready, so that when you walk, you take that step with confidence. And that might not be your forever career. I don't know if we do forever careers anymore. I'm in a forever career. I've moved in different iterations of public education, but I chose a forever career. I don't know if our students are doing that, but what I do know is this: they have to have a successful first career when they leave us. And if they don't have that setup, it is really difficult to find that next step and the step after. So I have a dream that we have a signing day at the high school, where just like I'm signing up for, an athletic scholarship, and I'm signing with UW, just as an example. But actually, I am signing with UW because that's my destination. I'm going to UW. I've been accepted. I've done my paperwork, and I've signed up for all the things, room and board, and all that's done. And that's where I'm going. And my sign says University of Washington. But right next to me, equally as valid, is a kid who's going to lineman school. and they've signed up and they've been accepted, and that's their next step. And they have a sign that talks about where that is. And the kid right after that is doing an apprenticeship for welding, and they're going to Mississippi because that's where the program is, that's where the school is, just as valid. And all of them are standing there with, I am committed, I am prepared, and I'm ready for my next step. So when I think about that 610 or 640 in the future, it's not just the volume of them, it's the content of the preparation that is my dream for each of our students. Thank you.
Thank you for that explanation.
Sure.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I do have a couple comments for you. So last week we had a council meeting. We had about 15 students from the AP government. And
Aren't they fun?
They are very fun. Well, what was even more fun after the meeting, Kim Shipman and I were in the back of the room, and they asked us, said, what do you got for us? And they asked questions for probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and they were just asking question after question after question, totally open format. And just super, super impressive. I was nowhere near anywhere like that.
Yeah.
When I was in high school. And so I was super impressed to see the kids. And so to your point about the people, I have a neighbor 2 doors down from me. He's a single dad, moved here with 2 kids. And he said moving to Lake Stevens School changed his family forever. And he said his kids were able to thrive in the school district where they were failing miserably in their other school district. But simply changing zip codes changed the direction of his family forever.
Yeah.
And we also have another neighbor, and I shared this with you at the school board meeting, that nonverbal, non-English speaking home and unbelievably thriving.
Yep.
Just within the 2 months that he's been, 3 months that he's been in Lake Stevens schools. Amazing to watch, from zero English to now able to share, probably 20 or 30 words in English, which is just amazing to see. And the parents are just thrilled at how well he's been welcomed by not only the teachers, but also his peers. So wanted to share those positive things for you, because you don't always get to hear the positive things. So
I hear all of it, and I accept all of the comments, because when we're good listeners about the experience that folks are having, then we can do better. So, and when it's, accolades, dang, thank you. We need to do a better job as well as a public education institution in the state of Washington and the nation, honestly, of advertising our good news. Because sometimes we forget to do that because we're so busy doing the great work to make sure that each kid is seen, served, and has a successful future, that we forget to say, oh, and by the way, all y'all, this is what we're contributing to society, and dang, it feels good. And thank you for supporting us. So,
you're welcome.
all right. Thanks, everybody.
And we got one more online,
Okay.
Councilmember Shipman. You got to unmute yourself, Kim.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, I just wanted to thank you for joining us and sharing your new program. I love your positive attitude and your positive energy towards our district. Just like some of our other council members, both my boys went through Lake Stevens School District from kindergarten through senior year. My oldest one has returned. My youngest one is off to college with one of his best friends since grade school, and they both plan on being teachers and then returning to the Lake Stevens School District. So I do think that speaks volumes for Lake Stevens. And I just want to thank you for coming and sharing your program with us.
Thank you. Thank you to everybody. Appreciate your today's support, tomorrow's support, and next year, and then the next decade support. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Okay, great. We'll open up the floor then to citizens' comments at this time. Is there anybody online who wishes to provide citizens' comments?
I don't see anybody yet, but as the mayor stated, if you'd like to speak to the council, now would be your time to raise your digital hand and I can let you into the meeting. I am not seeing anybody.
Okay.
No green sheets tonight.
No green sheets. Anybody want to wing it in the audience? Okay,
So I did have a question.
we're not winging it.
So I get an email about someone from PUD coming to speak, and there was nothing on the agenda. There was nothing added to that. And so I don't know if Jeff Kallstrom is here to present.
Jeff is here. He's in observation mode.
Oh, observation mode. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And take it, Jeff. Wing it.
Hello, my name is Jeff Kallstrom. I'm the Chief Water Operations Officer at the Snohomish County PUD. I run the water utility. I joined the water utility in April this spring. I was really just coming by to see how you operate, say hello, and then also to let you know that really appreciate this community. I think it's a great place. I love the partnership with the city of Lake Stevens. You know, this is a very important part of our service territory. We work very closely with the city. We do have, you know, with these financial times, we are going through a rate adjustment. So that was one of the things that in case it came up, I wanted to be able to answer questions. We are looking at a rate adjustment just under 10%. So it is a healthy and impactful adjustment. And, you know, we're going to continue to work through that and try to see what we can do about future years and try to adjust that type of thing and not have that be recurring. But the benefit is that we're continuing to bring high quality water to the city, to the residents of the city, continuing to try to improve our infrastructure, remove old mains and, you know, get asbestos containing material out of our system. We recently completed an effort to ensure that we don't have lead anywhere in the system, both on the customer side and on the utility side. And that was, we did land on a spot where we can say that we do not have lead service material. And so that's excellent. So there's a lot of work going on. Work closely with Aaron and others in the city to try to be a good partner, to make sure that the work that we do is not impactful, coordinate with what the city is doing to try to be, again, a good partner with the city. And, you know, I hope to kind of come a little bit more often and just join you and answer questions as they pop up and be available. But, you know, if the situation does arise where I have significant things to talk about, then, you know, we'll work on that and put something on the agenda ahead of time so that you have some stuff to prepare. But otherwise, just wanted to say hi and introduce myself.
Well, as far as we operate, you wanted to see that. We operate fast and furious with one of the best city staffs in the United States. So it is, we have been going crazy for years, and it's just really impressive to watch. So welcome, and we hope to hear from you soon.
Yes.
So I have a question for you. So the increase, is that to the customer charge? Is that for the water charge?
So it will be applied equally to both. So the customer charge will go up by 9.75%, and then the commodity charge will also go up by an equal amount. So we're at a spot where with our cost of service analysis, where we've hit equilibrium both with the balance we want to strike between the monthly charge and then the commodity charge. And we've also hit equilibrium across single family, multifamily, different residence types, to where the rate increase is not just an average, it will actually be applied to all rate classes this period.
Thank you.
What about your capital facility charges for hookups?
So that is the next step, is to go through and revisit that. Right now, we do not have plans to adjust those, but we do go through and periodically look at those adjustments, some of the fees that we charge for developers, and then as well as our wholesale agreements. Some of our costs are going to be automatically passed through for wholesale customers that we have because we need to recoup those costs. But we also periodically take a deep dive into those. And so all of our fees and charges and things like that are kind of next on the agenda to do a deep dive into. And that's part of me and kind of my learning curve as I'm getting into the utility, and just went through my first budget process and learning a lot and sort of diving into that type of thing. So at this point, I don't know yet.
Well, I'm just curious, what is the charge for a hookup right now?
Off the top of my head, I do not know.
Oh,
I apologize.
maybe you should get back to us on that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I can definitely get back to you on that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anything else for Jeff?
Thank you.
Thanks for being here, Jeff.
Yeah, appreciate it.
If you guys ever want an opportunity, his office is out across from the decamp facility out Hartford. It's cool to go see what they're doing there. And then I don't know if we ever have the opportunity, maybe get with Everett and go see the source, if it's Spada Lake or.
We did have PUD facilitated a tour
Okay.
previous to COVID, I believe it was.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. I mean, the dam up there and so forth and how they've run that system, it's pretty darn impressive.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I would like to be there when they stick the rod in the ground and they find out how much water pack there is and the density of the water,
Oh,
the snowpack.
okay.
So just,
All right. Yeah.
I see that every year, like in the Herald, and I'm like, I wonder what that's like. So maybe I'll get a firsthand tour.
Yeah. Cool. Appreciate it, Jeff. And then Jeff sits in on our leaders roundtable as well, that we do every month. Great. So no other comments. We're going to go to council business. Councilman Daughtry, if you could run that for me.
Okay, let's go online first. How about Angie?
Thank you. I attended the park board last night. It was great. What a great group of folks, really good energy, really clearly invested in the parks in our community. Had some great questions and suggestions. Director Garceau was able to go through with them the upcoming year in terms of the budget, capital costs, and looking at adding a few new employees. Talked a little bit about some upcoming projects. I did learn at the meeting that the Parks Department won the Department of Excellence Award from their peers in our city this year. So want to announce that and congratulate their department on the great work that they're doing. And they talked about when their joint Parks and Council meeting will be, and I think they settled on January 28th, so in a couple of weeks. So we look forward to having them attend council and share with us their hopes and dreams and great plans. So it was great. That's it for me. Thank you.
Okay, and Marcus?
Thanks for that great report, Angie, on the parks. Love the parks. I don't have anything to report tonight. Thank you.
And Kim?
I don't have anything to report as far as being in attendance, but I did receive an email from a citizen who brought to my attention that our war memorial, that I guess it needs a good pressure washing. The flag poles have stuff growing on them, and just had mentioned that it really needs to be cleaned. And also he lives in the Catherine Creek neighborhood where they have the wood covered bridge. And he expressed some concerns in regards to the condition of the wood as far as it rotting, some concerns with the roof and graffiti that's being painted on the bridge. So he just asked that I would bring that to the attention of council.
Okay, thank you, Kim. Guess we get to go do it again, huh? Steve?
Yeah, there's some on Lundin too.
Yeah,
We need to get shorter people to do it. It's tight underneath that bridge.
careful. You have anything, Steve?
Yeah, I just, our stormwater person, Shannon, Front, she did a great job engaging one of our high school students that we know, and had some questions about I Love the Lake deal. And just, I was really impressed with her response and engagement with the student, and just kind of, as Kim mentioned earlier, the world-class, staff that we have working in the city. Just super impressed with her response and engagement, and also challenged him to get involved and engage his peers. So she wasn't just taking on herself, she was giving him the opportunity to give back. So that's all I have.
Gary?
Yes, Thursday Sewer District Board of Commissioners meeting I attended. It's kind of quiet over the sewer district right now, so not much to report on that. But on Friday, we did have kind of an impromptu meeting with the historical group regarding the plans for the new museum. Very fruitful meeting. We are down to final design. And the architect, I hope, will start very soon. Community Development Director, right?
I met with the architect after that meeting and relayed all of the requested changes. Some of them sound like they're going to be probable. A couple, as we discussed in the meeting, really are more structural and not easy changes, but they are moving forward and we should be full bore on that project.
Good. Yes, and very positive feedback from the historical folks. Good collaborative effort moving forward. So we are pretty much there. So.
Kim?
Yes, I just had a question. So when a citizen emails me like this, would they be better served going through Citizens View when they discover, things wrong with the bridge or that our war memorial needs cleaning? Would Citizens View be an appropriate place to report that?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you.
Okay, I attended PSRC Transportation Policy Board and the PSRC Transit Caucus on Thursday. The Transportation Caucus is only made up of the bus lines and things like that in the area. And what they're really interested in is how our zip line is working here and in Arlington and especially Darrington. For some reason nobody from Darrington is on that caucus meeting. So they're really interested in what's happening over in Darrington because, oh, wow, that's a long ways out there and you're doing a zip line. Wow. So anyway, we've got at, I believe at the February chamber meeting, the CT will be in to talk about how ZIP has done for the first couple of months that it's been in operation. So that'll be interesting to hear from them. I hear it at the CT board meeting, but PSRC Transportation board was just basically a good discussion about what's going on down in Olympia or what will happen in Olympia with monies. And then the other one that they're worried about, of course, is the federal monies that come into PSRC to do our transportation projects and with the changeover in leadership. So that's something that we're all going to be watching carefully. And that's all I had to report.
Great. I've been kind of monitoring the usage of the Zip cars around and mostly on social media and just great feedback on social media. People are really happy with it. And
I drove through the transit center, Lake Stevens Transit Center the other day, and there was about 3 of them sitting there. I'm kind of wondering why they were sitting there, but I know we've got 5 in the area. So
yeah,
2 of them are out.
Interesting. So mayor's business, I've been working quite a bit. As most people know, our legislative session kicked off this week. I had a great meeting last Friday with my mayors and business leaders for public safety group that I chair. We've brought in 4 legislators into that group to help us navigate our bills that we're working on this year. Senator Lovick, Senator Wagner, and then Representative Lauren Davis and Representative Lowe. We had them all on a call on Friday talking about the public safety bills that are going on and the ones that we've either written or are supporting, and then others that are being introduced, and kind of really created a game plan for this legislative session to move certain bills forward or try to kill other bills. It's just the political way. And real good meeting there. And then with the legislature opening yesterday, it's kind of how I spent my day yesterday and today was with our lobbyists, reading through some of the proposed bills and seeing what we like and what we don't like. And it's that season for the next 5 months. So it's good. So that's about all I've been doing. Legislative stuff. A couple things around here and there. Great. Let's kick this off with, can I get a motion to pass the consent agenda?
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
And any opposed? Okay, consent agenda passes. We're going to go to the added action item, which is a discussion of this sponsorship of the sewer district by the city into the Association of Washington Cities Employee Benefit Trust. Gene, are you discussing that one?
I am. Good evening, Mayor and Council. In the second half of December, the Lake Stevens Sewer District received a 30-day notice from Snohomish County that they would no longer be providing the benefit package to the Lake Stevens Sewer District employees. So they reached out to AWC and then contacted the city of Lake Stevens, asking if we would be willing to sponsor them, as we currently are an AWC benefit recipient for all of our employees. So what you have before you this evening is a resolution of support, and they would be able to then include that in their application package to AWC to receive employee benefits. That's what I have for you. Open for questions.
Is there a reason why Snohomish County ended their benefit program? I mean,
I'm not aware of that. I didn't ask questions. I just received an email from Mariah on the 20th of December that they had received a 30-day notice. So I'm not sure their backstory on that.
Once again, wouldn't it be better if they just were part of the city of Lake Stevens and combined? Once again, these are just another reason why we should be combined with them.
Understood. If we get to that point, that is a benefit of them joining AWC because we currently utilize AWC benefits for our employees. So it would be the same.
So what you're thinking, Marcus, is it would cut down on redundant administrative costs between two organizations using the same organization for benefits?
Absolutely. There's so many reasons why it makes so much sense. And the reason that they're fighting it so much is just they can't get insurance now through Snohomish County. Now they want to join AWC. If we would have done this a long time ago, we'd probably be saving a lot of money in the process through. It's just another reason why this makes such good sense. It's just, to me, it's interesting that it's such a hard process when so many things make good sense.
Agreed. Can I get a motion on this action item?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2025-01. City of Lake Stevens sponsoring Lake Stevens Sewer District request to join the Association of Washington Cities Employees Benefit Trust.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on the motion?
I guess I have a comment. I mean, I appreciate, even though I think we've been maligned in our attempts to join, the city would consider what I would consider a significant act, a good faith gesture to continue to work with the sewer district for the betterment of the community.
I agree. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes. And with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.